Richardson Hitchins versus Jose Zepeda, 12 rounds in the 140-pound division. This is going to be a good fight over in Florida, September 23rd, man. Let's get into it. Let's start with Hitchins. 16 wins, no losses, 7 wins by way of knockout. Hitchins has a few things on his side already in this fight. He's got the height advantage. He's got the reach advantage by a few inches. He's the younger man by 9 years. The age could mean something or it could mean nothing, but it's a thought to mention. We've seen fighters age overnight. Not saying this will be the case for Zepeda by no means, but it's something when we put this fight together in its entirety that we got to keep in mind. Hitchins is solid across the board, man. He can box. He's a good counter puncher, quick reflexes, very nice jab, good combination puncher. He's been looking very, very, very sharp in his last 4 fights. He had a growing lesson fight when he fought Mendes, who he won that fight by split decision. He looked noticeably smaller in that fight when he was fighting Mendes, but he came back on top and got it done. In the next fight, he fought Hawkins. His first name is slipping me, but he beat Hawkins to the punch almost every single round. He showed great defense, good movement, slick counter punching, and really just a very nice showing of someone who many thought he was going to beat Hitchins. After that, he dominated Angel Rodriguez in 4, Alamo in 8, and then in his most recent fight, he fought John Bowser. We did a breakdown of that video, right? I thought Hitchins would get it done, but man, the way how he won that fight, I thought was an absolute statement. I think that was his best performance to date. His jab was exceptional, stiff, snappy, powerful. Bowser, who's usually got good speed and the faster man than he's fought, was a step behind that night in almost every category. Hitchins was noticeably quicker, and you could see he was locked in. You know what I'm saying? He was very patient too in that fight. Didn't overcommit to any shot. He controlled his pace and the tempo, took what was given to him and made it count every single time that he made up in his mind to either go on the offense or be aware on defense, man. When he dropped Bowser in the 4th round, that 1-2 punch was so simple, but yet was so effective and happened so quickly. The combo was simply but so effective, man. Complete dominance from Hitchins that fight. This young man is going to be tough to beat the more experience he gets. This is going to be a great opportunity for him to solidify himself in this division because Zepeda is well respected and has fought some of the best in the division, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he fares in this one because on paper, this is going to be his toughest test yet, and one that I would assume he is the underdog. Don't quote me on that. I have no idea. I didn't look at the odds before that, but I'm going from an experience standpoint, or maybe Hitchins is the slight favorite, right? But from a paper standpoint, man, Zepeda, he's fought for the title twice. Even though he hasn't came on top, Zepeda's serious. Talk of business. Let's talk about his opponent, Jose Zepeda. 36 wins, 3 losses, 27 wins by way of knockout. Zepeda has got a few things going for him on his side. He's the more experienced fighter. He's fought for the belt twice, as I just mentioned. Even though both times he lost, he still put forth a valiant, heart-pounding effort. Came up short against Jose Ramirez and Regis Prograis, but he's also beat guys like Jose Pedraza, Ivan Bernacek, Hank Lundy, Jose Vargas, who he stopped in round 1. You know, that back and forth between those two away from the ring, and we saw what happened when they stepped into the ring. The second thing is he's the bigger puncher on paper anyway. I mean, he stopped more opponents than Hitchins has been in fights. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see if he can use both of those things and make it mesh and see if it can work in his favor. That is the question that we will see on fight night. When he fought Jose Ramirez, a fight that was a close fight, I can understand where you might lean. It could have went either way. Some people thought Zepeda won. Some people thought Ramirez won. On paper, Ramirez got the win. But if you watch the fight again, maybe you lean the other way depending on what you are looking for this time around. I thought it was a close fight. Both men left it all out in the ring. Zepeda boxed beautifully that night, I felt like, man. And Ramirez came out strong in the last few rounds. I think for me, when we're talking about who's the closest person that Pedraza has fought that maybe has similar movement and similar style like Hitchins, I think it would be Prograis. From the standpoint of athleticism and counter-punching ability, the quick reflexes, when Prograis and Zepeda stepped into the ring, man, I mean, it was another great showing for both men. Prograis made Zepeda pay when he missed or was hesitant and countered him often. When Prograis got his jab going, that's when he really started to assert himself. And he would even double up on the jab and follow it through with a hook to the body or a headshot. In the fourth round, man, Zepeda was hurt. He was starting to get clipped with some shots, but Zepeda didn't back down. He would answer back with some shots of his own. It was a much more physical fight than I thought that it was going to be. I expected Zepeda to box a little bit more than to just brawl. I don't think he's as big as a puncher as Prograis is, so it just didn't feel like it was going to work out. Good thing this fight is Hitchins is not as big as a puncher as Prograis, but that may not matter, or it could. There were moments when Zepeda had Prograis buzzed, right? But he wasn't able to capitalize on it. And when you aren't able to capitalize on your shots against a guy like Prograis, who's got that power, right, who recovers quickly, he'll make you pay at some point, man. If the tides turn, he's going to close out the show. In the 11th round, that's exactly what happened. Zepeda looked a little bit tired and he got clipped, stumbled, and Prograis closed out the show. But even with the loss, I felt like Zepeda still put on a good showing. In his last fight, he fought Niraj Goyet and he won that fight by unanimous decision. It was an interesting fight. I thought he fought down to his opponent's level, though. Felt like he was kind of just going through the motions, right? Working on some stuff, still putting in some work, but not taxing himself, right? Not a fight where he was going to take any real punishment, a stay busy fight, as many would say. So it's going to be interesting because Hitchins is not a stay busy fight. If this carries over to this fight, man, it's going to be a long night for Zepeda. So who wins? Zepeda can definitely win this fight. He's going to need to lean on his experience and not get into fighting Hitchins' style of fight. He's going to need to bring that calculated pressure and let his power show, man. You got to get the respect. You got to assert that dominance. Hitchins is going to be looking to make a statement, man. He's a very disciplined fighter. So I'm not expecting him to take big risks unless he needs to, right? He's going to use his jab, stay patient, and wait for the opening. I think at this point, he's a little quicker and a little sharper than Zepeda right now. So it's going to be interesting to see if Zepeda can make Hitchins uncomfortable. Will he take that risk? Like, what is the adjustments going to be in either man's corner? But I'm leaning towards Richardson Hitchins to win this fight by decision. What are your thoughts on this fight? Who do you have winning this one? Let me know in the comment section below. If you would like to support the channel, there's a couple ways you can do so. You can like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you would like to support by way of donation, you can find options in the description below. Also, my Cash App handle will be on screen as well. Any amount goes towards the growth of this channel and will be greatly, greatly appreciated. We recently got a membership section going on the channel. I don't always get to do all the suggested videos you guys suggest in the comment section below, but if you become a member, those suggested videos rise to the top and I will do my best to get those done for you. Or if you'd like to become a member, just support the channel, that would be greatly, greatly appreciated as well. Shout out to everybody that continues to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate each of you. So with all that being said, if you've been watching the video this long, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll definitely see you next time.